What's up, guys? Out here with another video, and I know I haven't really said much about this whole coronavirus thing, um, and just really haven't really partaken in it. Not on YouTube anyway, but on my Facebook page. I've made a couple of comments, things of that nature, and I'm not one of these conspiracy theorist guys. I don't believe that that everything that happens in this country, or some epidemic or pandemic or whatever happens, I don't always believe that it's from some people in a high position out to try to get us. I don't believe that it's the white man trying to eradicate the black man and all of that stuff. So that's not where I come from. um, but there are some things that do make me think. Okay, and as you guys can see by the title of this video, I thinking about the symptoms that I had back in December when I was like really really sick. I don't know if a lot of you guys probably didn't know that, especially if you don't follow me on like Facebook or Twitter. I think I may have said something briefly when I was sick a couple of days before Christmas. So I want to kind of give you guys a rundown of what happened to me at the end of last year. And this started around October. I want to say maybe around the time of Halloween. I got kind of sick. I had to take a day off from work, and I was pretty bad, but I knew I had the flu, so I had to stay home and try to get all of the liquids in my body and stuff. And I think I stayed home maybe a couple of days or something. So maybe on the third day I was able to come back to work. And I said, okay, well, I've gotten over my flu sickness. Now, one thing about me, my family and I, we rarely get sick. And the only time I can really remember me really, really being sick is during the times when I've had the vaccines, okay? And it always just seemed like whenever I got these vaccines, it would never happen like right away, but maybe like later on I would end up getting sick. So, I mean, like real sick to where I'm like down, just can't move. I'm just like, just in bed. So when I got sick in October of 2019, mind you, I haven't been sick in like years. You see what I'm saying? Not that bad. So therefore, when I did get sick, I said, okay, it's about time for me to, get over a flu or get over a virus or a cold or something, because I haven't had it in years, and plus I'm getting older, and of course my immune system is breaking down. So I'm probably gonna get sick a little more often than than what I can expect. So got over that. November goes by. Beginning of December goes by. The next thing you know, it's like December 21st, 22nd, or something like that. And I'm trying to remember because I think it was a day that was close to the weekend. So it was either like a Thursday or a Friday. Well, I remember I got sick. No, and I remember my company had a function. And this was like that weekend right before Christmas. And we had a resident function. And, they had some hot chocolate and some, hors d'oeuvres and stuff for the residents and the kids. They were watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And we were having that inside of the clubhouse. And I remember that Friday, I went home. And I just remember feeling, like pretty tired. But I was just like, okay, I have been working all day, actually working all week, and then, I had to stay extra because of the event, because I had to help clean up, and then, all of that stuff. So I went home Friday, and I woke up Saturday, and I just remembered that, I was still feeling kind of fatigued, but I wasn't, I was still mobile, and I had told my wife, I said, man, I feel like I'm coming down with something. But I didn't really think anything of it because I was just like, I was just sick in October, and I've never caught the flu or the cold or anything twice in 1 year, especially not months apart. You see what I'm saying? So I said, okay, well, maybe it's just my allergies or something acting up. Maybe I just been so tired and just working because I have been working a lot. So then that Saturday evening, I wasn't really feeling well. Then I woke up that Sunday morning. I was just like, I couldn't even get out of bed. I was like down. I was, really fatigued, really weak. I was just, I was still mobile, but I was like really, really limited to what I could do. So I started eating, trying to keep fluids in my body and stuff. And I was thinking that, maybe Monday or Tuesday I should be okay. But Monday it got even worse. I couldn't even get out of bed. I could barely make it to the bathroom. And I just remember that I just kept coughing up all of this mucus. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was so bad that even in the middle of the night, I was coughing and I was gasping for air, and I'm just spitting up mucus. So, my wife, she's into the whole essential oils things, and we're one of those type of families where we do use a lot of essential oils. And, I put the diffusers on with the different oil blends, and that kind of helped me breathe through the night. And it kind of it's almost like it helped open my lungs up. So that helped me some, but I was just like really, really tired, really fatigued, shortness of breath, all of that stuff. So then Monday came around, and Monday I was still the same. I was still bad. I couldn't get up. I couldn't do anything. And now at this point I was starting to get concerned because I was just like, man, this is usually not like me to really be affected like this. Usually I just have maybe one bad day where I'm down, and then the day after I can, get up and I can be a little mobile. But for some reason, I was still feeling bad. I was still drained. My, I had, a lot of fluid coming out of my lungs. I couldn't stop coughing up fluid. And I told myself, and I even told my wife, I said, listen, if I wake up tomorrow morning, and I think the next day would have been December the 23rd or something like that. And I said, if I wake up tomorrow morning and this is going on, no, it was on the 23rd. This was the 23rd, so the next day would have been Christmas Eve, which was the 24th. So I said, if I wake up the next morning and I'm feeling like this, I'm just gonna go to the emergency room because this isn't normal. There were times where I honestly felt like I was going to die. I felt like I wasn't getting enough energy. I wasn't getting enough air. I mean, I was pretty bad. So when I woke up on the 24th, I still had to come back to work because there was a couple of things I had to do. I had to finish up since we were only working a half a day. So I came in that day, did a few things, and, I went back home, and I was okay. I was okay at that point because I wouldn't say I was totally fine. I was still coughing up a lot of mucus, but I wasn't as weak and as fatigued. So I started slowly but surely getting over it. But after that, for about a good 2 weeks, I kept, coughing up mucus. I had, I had a rattling inside of my lungs every time I breathed, and I went to the doctor to get it checked out. Everything checked out fine. They just said I had a respiratory infection. They prescribed me some stuff. And then that was basically it. So in about 3 weeks total, by the end of the third week, I was good. And I told my wife, I said, man, I said something, that this must be like a new strand of something. Because the way that your body works is that when you have a virus or a viral infection, your body builds up these antibodies, right? So therefore, once your body fights off, or your immune system fights off that sickness, it builds up an immunity against that certain strand. And what happens is that if you come in contact with that strand again, your body automatically fights it off, and you may not even know it. You may be walking around breathing in, a certain virus, or you may be around somebody and they may have the certain virus, and and you may not be affected because your body may have already been exposed to it and your body may have fought it off. So this is one of the reasons why there's such an epidemic or such a panic, with this pandemic going on, because what people are trying to prevent is this virus, perhaps mutating, because what happens is that viruses that come from one country come to the next. It has the ability to mutate, based on the climate, based on how many people have fought this off, because there's some people who may have a virus and their body may be fighting it off, but they may come in contact with someone and they still may be contagious, or they could be getting over a cold or something like that, and they can still pass that on to someone else. So after that happened in December, early January, I was fine. And about 2 weeks ago, we're in March now. So maybe about 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, my children, okay, who have not been sick since we've been in our house. We've been in our house almost 3 years. And I'll probably say I haven't seen them this sick since they were going to public school. My kids are homeschooled now. But I haven't seen them this sick since they've been in public school, catching germs and stuff from kids. And every time they were in public school, it just seemed like they just stayed sick. But since we've been homeschooling them, we haven't had any troubles with them, really being sick. So anyway, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, middle of February, my kids, they ended up getting sick. Coughing, hacking, fevers 101 to 105 degrees. My son, he kept coughing and hacking. He had to go to the emergency room. They had to put him on steroids and all types of medications and stuff. And, and he's been sick for like the past 2 weeks, but he's getting over it now. He's about better now. So he's about back to normal. And I was telling my wife, I was like, man, this is weird. I just can't believe that that we've all been sick. Even my wife, I forgot to mention this, back in October, she was sick. I think it was either October, no, it's like November, because she got sick after me. And this is right before Thanksgiving, and she got sick. And we were just like, man, there's just something going on, something going around. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was that coronavirus. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was that. And somehow we made it through that. But now this is becoming such a pandemic, because now, since it's a thing and a lot of people are getting sick from it, and I believe that the numbers that they have about the cases that they found, I believe it's a lot more than what they say. And the deaths that they said that has occurred from it, I believe it's a lot more. They just don't want to put it out there. Or they probably just didn't know at the time. But I believe that the coronavirus has been here at least since October of 2019. I truly do believe that, because, this sickness, when it hits you, you literally feel like you're going to die. Like, I honestly started to believe that I had a 50% chance of actually living, because I had no energy. I could barely eat. I could barely stand up. And all the, I was telling my wife, I said, man, it just felt like that I was just going to die. You know what I'm saying? And I would sleep, wake up, sleep. My sleep was being broken. Wake up in the middle of the night, coughing, hacking, gasping for air. Even my kids was kind of doing the same thing. So I really felt like I was going to die. I really did. And from what I've heard about this coronavirus thing, people have had the same symptoms. And they've just said, this is what it feels like. And it describes exactly what I went through. So basically what I did, and I'm not saying, now first of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you guys any medical advice. I'm not even saying that it was confirmed that I had the coronavirus. Okay, I'm just saying from my experience, based on what I've been researching, my symptoms are very, very similar to what is happening with this coronavirus. Okay, so you guys don't have to take my advice. I'm just saying what I did. Okay, so after the second day, I was pretty sick. I knew that my body needed electrolytes. Okay, so I said I need to put some electrolytes in my body. I need to keep some stuff in my body because I was just not hungry. I had no desire to eat, and I felt like every time I ate, I was going to throw up. So I drank a whole bunch of Gatorade, and this was like the second day I was in bed. This was the day before I said, hey, if I feel like this tomorrow, I'm going to the ER. So anyway, I drank a whole bunch of Gatorade, and my wife had made this chicken soup. Okay, she used all fresh vegetables, celery, carrots, rice, just all types of just natural stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, fresh chicken, all of that stuff. And she made this soup out of it. So what I did was that I would eat as much as I can, and then I would drink as much of the broth as I could. And I literally had to force myself to eat because I just had no desire to eat. So I had to force myself to eat, and I had to say, okay, this is how much I'm going to eat, and I believe that this is how much that would, sustain me, help me put some nutrients in my body. And by the third or fourth day, I was okay. I was able to move around again. So I'm not saying that you guys have to do this, but I would just say if you're able, try it out. Maybe this is something that can help you out, especially if you do have the coronavirus. Try to do that, since they don't have any cure or any treatments for it. But there are certain things that you can do to kind of get yourself back on track naturally. Plus, we had essential oils and stuff too to help us out. So that kind of helped out too with diffusers. Rubbing certain oils on our skin, breathing it in, and all of that. So that helped too. But glory be to God, man, because any one of us, could have passed. I mean, this is something that's serious. It's a serious disease, and like I said, if that's what we had, then I believe that the Lord was really with us. He helped see us through, and I'm hoping that's what it was. So therefore, I'm so far I'm immune to it. Hopefully my family and I, we're all immune to it right now. So, but anyway, that's enough of this video. But I gotta think I did have the coronavirus, and if I haven't, I just pray that the Lord just keeps us from this virus. And also, I want to pray for you guys as well. You guys be safe out there. And just remember the Lord is sovereign. He's going to protect who he loves. He's going to take care of those who he ordains, right? So he's going to take care of it, anyone who he chooses. And, if anyone, God forbid, gets sick and passes, then we just have to understand that it is his will. But although knowing that, we still have to take our precautionary measures. You guys, please wash your hands. Be mindful of the places that you're in. Keep sanitizer. Just make sure that you guys are just practicing good hygiene, especially around your kitchen, bathrooms, things of that nature. If you got multiple kids, make sure that you're watching them to kind of keep this keep this virus low. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys really think that I really had this virus, or do you guys think it was just coincidence that I caught this particular flu twice? But no matter what your comments are, like, rate, share, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a blessed day.